Welcome back to Dixie Alley Weather Center. My name is Caleb Crick. Today is Thursday, September 25th, 2025, and I've got a lot of updates for you today, especially concerning the tropics. That is the main story pretty much across the nation right now. What is going to happen with these two tropical systems? The one farther off to the east, like we thought, is already named by now. A pretty strong tropical storm out there, pretty quickly intensifying, but not moving very quickly in the north and west. The better case scenario was going to be if this would move quicker and possibly intercept this other system that is developing closer to home and maybe draw it away from the U.S. But we've really seen over the past couple of hours this system really slow down and remain pretty stationary, and that's kind of the worst case scenario right now because it allowed for this other system to sneak up there, develop, and maybe have more of a window to crash into the United States. So I'll be talking about all the scenarios in this video of what is possibly going to happen, especially with this developing system near the United States. I will also be talking about the severe weather potential today across portions of the East Coast. Not widespread severe weather, but some of us along the East Coast are going to be seeing the potential for some damaging winds and large hail throughout the day today. All this and more is included in this video, so let's get right into it. Here's a look at our view from satellite imagery right now of the East Coast, portions of the East Coast and the Western Atlantic Ocean. You can see our two strong tropical waves. This one that is moving from the Northern Caribbean into the Western Atlantic Ocean. This one will become a tropical storm and maybe Hurricane Imelda as we go into the future. Not saying, once again, this thing is going to crash into the United States. There's still a lot of uncertainty, especially with this other system we got to track. This is Tropical Storm Humberto. I talked about this yesterday. This is now a strong tropical storm in the Atlantic Ocean. But the one thing that we have that's going for this storm right now is these fronts that are pushing on Humberto, making it slow progress to the north and west. It's pretty much stationary at this moment. It is strengthening, but the main factor between this other tropical wave moving towards the United States and moving away from the United States is this other tropical system, which is Tropical Storm Humberto. However close this gets to our other tropical system will play a big factor on what is going to happen down the road for both of these systems, whether they'll curve out and whether they'll make a closer approach to the United States. Once again, I have you covered. I'm continuing to monitor the potential for this for all of these scenarios right now, checking back for each of the model updates as they come out. We still got a lot of time on our hands to talk about this. But we do believe this will move into portions of the Bahamas and develop into a tropical storm or hurricane. From there, it's a little more uncertain. We don't know if it will curve out to sea and be just a close call for the United States or even just curve into the Carolinas or something like that. That would be one of the worst case scenarios. And once again, we still didn't even know what kind of intensity we're going to be seeing with this system since it hasn't even developed yet. So once again, I'm watching all of the models whenever they come out, trying to give you the latest updates on what I'm seeing right now. I'll just give you the broad overview right now before we get into the rest of this video. This is showing signs of getting close to the U.S. The models are trending more in the favor of this getting a little too close for comfort to the U.S. I'm just saying that. I'm not saying that to scare you, but just to let you know that we need to continue to monitor for the possibility, especially of this moving into areas along the East Coast over the next couple of days. Here is more of a broad overview of what's going on right now across the Atlantic Ocean. You can see we still have Hurricane Gabrielle that is going to be moving over the Azores Islands into the evening and overnight hours tonight. Will cause some hurricane-like impacts in some of the islands over there. But the main focus of our attention is on these areas over here. This is Tropical Storm Humberto that I've been talking about. The eastern wave that has developed and is strengthening. It is pretty stationary at the moment, very slowly moving off to the north and west. This will eventually continue off to the north and west, and then we do believe this will curve before it even causes any problems to the United States. This is not the one that we are concerned about crashing into the United States and causing some problems. It's this other tropical wave that is just north of the Caribbean, just north of the Dominican Republic right now, that will form as we go into the next 1 to 2 days. There has been a lot more convection with this system, a lot more development over the past couple of hours. It looks like a very strong tropical system. This will develop into a tropical storm or hurricane as we go throughout the next couple of days. Now, this one isn't going to become as strong as Humberto, we don't think. Humberto might become a major hurricane over the next couple of days. Thankfully, we get to look at this one from a distance because this one won't cause problems to the United States, but this will play a key factor down the road on what will happen with this system as it develops. This other system that is farther out to the west closer to the United States, way too close for comfort. Even if this system doesn't hit the United States, it will be very, very close. We can't really depict the intensity of it at this moment, or depict really a defined track. The models are still all over the place in some areas. They have been narrowed down a little bit, and I'll show you more of where I am expecting this to go, more of where I'm expecting it to go now, or over the next couple of days. Once again, tropics are, like I've said, very hard to forecast even a few days out, let alone 5 to 6 days out. So I'm continuing to watch this very closely. Once again, the track is still very uncertain on exactly where it's going to go. But once again, there are still so many factors we need to continue to watch. All I'm saying is that you guys, if you have live along the East Coast, you should be monitoring these updates very, very closely. Here is a look at some of the possible scenarios that could happen with this tropical system that will become a tropical storm or hurricane. Assuming it does become a tropical storm or hurricane, don't want to put that out there too soon, but it is most likely to happen to become either a tropical storm or hurricane as we go throughout the next few days. Not saying something won't happen different than this. There's definitely different possibilities that the system could take. These are some of the main scenarios that I see most possible over the next few days. One in which is the worst case scenario, this red line that takes it right through the Bahamas and then up into the east coast of the United States. Tropical storm or hurricane impacts to both the Bahamas and the East Coast would be felt. That would be one of the worst case scenarios for both the Bahamas and the East Coast. Another possible scenario is this yellow line that pulls it a little farther away from the Bahamas, but then up here towards areas like North Carolina. That would be not as big of a problem for the Bahamas, but tropical storm and hurricane impacts would be felt in the Carolinas. It would be likely to hit the Carolinas in this scenario, be tropical storm or hurricane in areas like North Carolina, but it wouldn't be long-lived impacts. This would be out of here before we know it. It would be able to move right back into the ocean and get caught up into the upper level low. But once again, that would still be a pretty bad case scenario if that did happen, especially for us in the United States. The best case scenario would be if this system kind of meandered out here, wasn't moving as quickly, and then kind of had a hard time developing, and then got caught up in the other stronger system and rocketed out to sea, the Humberto. Tropical storm or hurricane impacts would be possible to the Bahamas, but Humberto would pull it away before major impacts to the United States are felt. That would be one of the best case scenarios. It doesn't seem likely at this point, especially since Humberto has slowed down. But if conditions work perfectly in our favor, if it follows this same track, slows down a little bit, and allows for Humberto to move a little quicker and pull it away, that would be some of the best case scenario. But once again, it's still out of the question that even any of these scenarios happens. There's just so much. The system hasn't even developed yet. Once again, I'm continuing to monitor for any changes to the forecast, because there will be many before there is a locked in track of this system, just because of that it's such a rare occasion that we're seeing with two tropical systems developing within a couple hundred miles of each other. So this is going to be very hard to forecast over the next couple of days. Now that we've taken a look at my thoughts on what the system could do over the next couple of days, next few days, we aren't going to have a lot of time to prepare for this. Once this track is set in stone, we only have a couple of days once this system forms to track this. So I'll continue to monitor the threat, but now let's take a look at what the GFS model is showing. Here's a look at Tropical Storm Humberto. The GFS thinks that this is going to become a hurricane over the next couple of hours, relatively soon, possibly overnight. Humberto already becoming a hurricane, possibly a major hurricane. By the time this system even forms, the system that's closer to home. But you can see strong tropical storm Humberto right now out there farther off to the west, moving very slowly. Like I said, those fronts are keeping it pretty slow for the next couple of days, and that's what we definitely don't want to see. Hopefully that will speed up and cause this system to be pulled away. But let's just see what the GFS model is showing. Here's a look at that area of low pressure just to the north and west of the Dominican Republic. You can see as I fast forward this, here's a look at what the GFS model is showing. It's showing this system, Humberto, really strengthening really quickly into a major hurricane. And then this system, wow, really quickly forms. And you can see we have two big hurricanes possibly right next to each other, within, I say right next to each other, within a couple hundred miles away from each other, but that's closer than we normally see systems like this. So if we could see these get a little closer together, then it will have more of a possibility for this stronger system to influence the other one and pull it away with it. But we really don't know if that's going to happen anymore, especially since Humberto is moving so slow, like I've said quite a few times. So this is showing this system, once again, moving right over the Bahamas, developing over the Bahamas. Like I said, like many forecasters are saying, there's a lot of high ocean heat content. What that is there's really warm water temperatures, not only on the surface, but really deep under the water, that this system can just keep pulling up and using as fuel, and really quickly, maybe even potentially rapidly intensifying as we go throughout the next couple of days. And the GFS model, as we go farther out into the future, really quickly rockets this into the East Coast, which would be a worst case scenario as a pretty powerful hurricane, and then having Humberto staying quite a distance away. I say quite a distance, still quite a few hundred miles away. But not influencing the system enough to pull it away and maybe causing some really significant impacts to the East Coast. Now, I'm not saying this is going to happen. This is just a computer model. Some of the computer models like the Canadian, the Icon, are still unsure about this scenario unfolding and having this other system, Humberto, pulling it away, which is still not out of the question. There is the potential for that to happen. But once again, like I just said, I'm just going to put it straight. The models are trending downward with this system in the wrong direction, showing a lot of, some of the worst case scenarios. And once again, I'm not saying that's going to happen, but we do need to monitor for the chance of that happening over the next few days. With that being said, let's not lose sight on what's going on elsewhere. We still have a severe risk today across parts of the east coast of the Dixie Alley today. The Storm Prediction Center has highlighted a level 1 out of 5, a marginal risk of severe weather. I don't expect, this is why I didn't start with this risk, I don't expect this to be a widespread risk of severe weather, just some dangerous summertime thunderstorms, a lot of lightning, some gusty winds possible with some of these systems. Today, not really expecting a tornado threat. The farther you go out to the north, there will be a low chance for a spin-up tornado, but I do think that will be pretty far away from the Dixie Alley, farther off to the northeast. Not expecting tornadoes, but we could get a spin-up. Once again, our main threat is going to be damaging winds. Can't rule out some large hail, maybe some events 1 inch and greater, but for areas in parts of Georgia, South Carolina, and North Carolina, into parts of the Appalachian Mountains, for some strong storms throughout the day today. And once again, not expecting this to be any outbreak of any sort. Just a few stronger summertime thunderstorms. Across most of the Dixie Alley, we still will be seeing those general summertime thunderstorms in some areas, especially where this low-pressure system, while this low-pressure system is sitting across portions of Tennessee, we will get some more rain over the next couple of days. Just a few scattered showers and thunderstorms, not expecting widespread activity other than over here where the severe weather risk is today. Once again, our main focus, though, is still on the tropics and what is going on down there. But once again, let's not lose sight on what's going on. If you live in this severe risk, make sure you have multiple ways to receive warnings just in case the weather gets a little bit, scary out there today. And once again, that is all the weather info I've got for you today. Thank you so much for tuning into today's video and supporting the channel. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you click the like button and subscribe for more daily video updates like this one. Every day I'll be posting updates, especially with all these, the tropics really ramping up out there, especially with these dangerous tropical systems very close to home. I will be monitoring very, very closely over the next few days when this system develops. Once again, when it develops, I will have more of an idea of where it is going to go and how Tropical Storm future Hurricane Humberto will influence it. Right now, trends are going in the wrong direction, showing possible worst-case scenarios unfolding with this system. We don't want that to happen. Once again, it's not set in stone that will happen, but we need to continue to monitor for the chances of that happening over the next few days. Once again, thank you so much for watching today's video. I'll continue to monitor the tropics over the next few days, but for now, I will see you in the next video.